You guys, I feel so professional right now. I got like a tripod for my phone off of Amazon because before I was just stacking my phone on boxes. Um, so I decided to be kind of professional, not really, and get a little tripod. This is so fun, and I'm so excited about this because I feel like it looks a lot better. So, yeah. Now I feel like you can see my bad posture a lot better. So that's nice. I need to talk about some things before we get started on today's topic. Gracie Abrams' new album. Literally unbelievable, and not that you care, but I'm gonna give you my ranking, which will probably change, but this is my ranking as of now. I'll just give you my top 5 because I really can't like pick one to go last because they're all good. So this is so hard. I feel like Close to You is my number 1. Number 2. Oh my god, this is so hard. I Love You, I'm Sorry. I knew that I was gonna like this song, but I didn't know to what extent. And this song is literally beautiful and so good and so sad and so heartbreaking. If any of you watch Gilmore Girls, I've been seeing like Rory and Jess edits to this song. Literally, I could cry just thinking about it. It's so good. The bridge, you just have to go listen to it. It's so good. Okay, 3. Oh god, this is so hard. I Knew It, I Know You. Baroque Me. Yeah, that one. It's so hard to even explain how talented she is. Like, her writing is literally incredible. I don't understand how you can write something like that. Like, it's just like literal poetry. Poetry. So good. Did I say, is this 4? Yep, this is 4. Okay, what do. Oh my gosh, you know which one I forgot about? I forgot about Tough Love. I love this song so much. It gives like summer and just like carefree, and it's so good. It's one of the more upbeat songs on the album, so I'm gonna put this one at number 4 just because it's so good. Like, how could you not love this song? So this is 4. Okay, 5. This is so hard. 5. I have to put Risk on 5. Like, I really do. But I also really love Free Now. So good. And the perfect way to kind of like start to end the album. I feel like it's so I just can't. This is so hard, but that's my ranking for now. And I just love this album. I just got back from away, so I listened to it on the way to the airport. I listened to it on the way to the airport coming home, and I listened to it on the plane. And like the whole time I was in Hawaii. So, yeah, definitely loving this album. Okay, anyway, sorry, I just needed to talk about that. I feel like I couldn't just do this podcast without addressing the literal work of art that Gracie Abrams created. Like, how I don't know how I'm gonna go to the tour, but I really want to. Like, I want to make it there somehow. Anyway, okay, so today's topic is biggest fears. So I asked the Instagram Like, what are some of your guys' fears or like biggest fears? And I'm also going to be sharing some of mine. So, first, I'm going to start with mine. I have a little story with the first one. My first fear, or like biggest fear, I guess, is needles. I feel like such a baby when I say this, but I had to go get my blood drawn, and afterwards, literally, they don't even take that much blood. It's like 3 of these. And I passed out after because I'm very scared of needles. Um yeah. I think that it was probably mixed with no, because I literally got my blood drawn when I was like 5. And like I didn't like it, but I didn't pass out. So I don't think it has to do with the fact that I'm small. I don't really know. Um but I just kept thinking about the needle and it scared me, and so then I passed out in the car. So that was fun. I really just do not like needles. I hate getting shots. I literally have to look away. It just looks so disgusting. I can't even think about it or I'll get panicky. Not panicky. I just don't like to talk about needles, but here we are. Oh, I also want to add that I passed out twice. Twice from getting my blood drawn, which is so lame. Like, that's embarrassing. But yeah, I passed out twice. So that was really fun. It's kind of scary because I hate the idea of not being in control of my body, and obviously when you're fainting you don't, so that was really scary. But like honestly, like I didn't feel good after, but I felt like I just like napped, so it was kind of nice, but I also felt gross. So yeah, anyway, second fear that I have is dying alone. Just the thought of that is terrifying and so sad. Okay, my next one is never like getting married or like never finding my person. That is just terrifying. Like I would love to think that like I try so hard to believe that soulmates exist and that God has a plan for that, but I can't help but doubt sometimes. So that's really scary. My next fear is being kidnapped. I went through a phase when I was little where I was literally just like would stay by my mom at all times because I was so scared I was gonna get kidnapped, and like would not let her leave me alone in the car for like 2 seconds because I was so terrified. And like we'd be in the store and I'd be like, literally, this is her, this is me, like by her side at all times because I was so scared I was gonna get kidnapped. So yeah, I feel like that's a common phase though that little kids go through. Maybe it's not, but I don't know. Still scared of that. I don't think anyone would want to go through that. That's just terrifying. I only have 3 of these written down, so I'm trying to think of more off the top of my head. I don't like spiders, but I wouldn't say that's one of my biggest fears. Like they're just kind of like, ugh, get away from me. I also hate the people where like you see a bee and you're like gonna go step on it and they're like, no, don't. I don't want it near me. It's probably gonna sting me. But like honeybees, I don't mind honeybees. Like wasps, like I just feel like they're useless, kind of. They're just mean. So, pathological liars are terrifying. Okay, you know what I just heard about recently? Speaking of liars, is okay, isn't it? What's his name? The guy that wrote Chicken Tendies, the song. The stuff that's coming out about him right now literally terrifies me. Okay, so you're probably really confused as to what I'm talking about right now. So what's her name? Brooke Schofield. She's dating Glenn Powell and right now, but she used to date the guy that wrote Chicken Tendies, and all this stuff is coming out about him that he like basically lied about who he was and how he grew up, and she found out about it and they broke up, and he wrote a song about her, and so now she's like exposing him, which this man literally lied about like 3 of his family members dying and only one of them died, which is really sad. But he said that his mom and like, I don't remember if his brother or his dad was the one that actually died, but he wrote all these songs about 3 of his family members dying and only one of them died. Like, how terrifying is that? And faked an Australian accent when he's not Australian. Like, literally faked it. Basically faked everything that made him him. And now she's exposing him, and it's literally terrifying. You have to go and watch her literal like 20-part series on TikTok because it's actually insane. I was sitting there and I was like, that the whole time, because it's just like unbelievable. I just don't understand people that just lie to lie. Like, why are you lying? People that can lie so easily scare me. Public speaking literally terrifies me. I could never. Well, maybe I could. That's a goal of mine. But I would hate being in front of large groups of people. That terrifies me. Like puking or throwing up. So gross. I hate throwing up. I don't think anyone likes throwing up. But if anyone is like throwing up around me, I have to run away and plug my ears. I can't do it. I can't. No, thank you. Like, I'll try and be helpful if you're throwing up, but I just really cannot. I can't. It's so gross. Those big, huge birds, ostriches. No. I hate those. Like, small birds, okay. Like, that's fine. But huge birds, no. Stay away from me. You know those, like, drive-by things you can do where you feed all the animals? One time we did that and there was an ostrich, like, this close to my face. And I literally ducked under the car. No. They're so ugly and they're terrifying. I just don't understand why they have to exist. I don't. Okay, now we're going to be talking about some of your biggest fears that you submitted on the Dysfunctional Podcast Instagram. If you want to be a part of an episode, follow the Dysfunctional Podcast on Instagram and you can be a part of an episode. So yeah, first fear that someone has is spiders. Yeah, spiders scare me, but I wouldn't say I'm like terrified of them, you know? Someone says Instagram questions. That's so funny. Someone says bug crawling into my ear. Yeah. I'm really scared of that too. Didn't that happen? That happened to my friend Jacobson. Shout out Jacobson. A bug, right? Am I lying? I'm pretty sure that happened. A bug crawled in his ear. No, thank you. No, thank you. Someone says heights. I was randomly scared of heights when I was little, but now I'm not, so I don't really know what happened with that. Because now I'm like fine with it. I really don't care. Someone says embarrassing myself in front of a large group. Yeah. Definitely one of my fears too. Except I embarrass myself a lot, so I'm kind of like used to it. That's kind of sad, but this is one of my fears too. But I did a lot, so. Yes, someone says dying alone and never finding the love of my life. Biggest fear. One of my biggest fears. That is like, I think about that a lot. Someone says letting down / losing people. Yeah, this one. I don't really know like what to add to these, but yeah, that's definitely one of mine too, I feel like. Someone says girls. I really don't know how to respond to this. Yeah, like this is fine. I feel like someone could easily respond to this and be like, that's not okay. Like, this makes sense. I'm scared of men sometimes too. Like, it makes sense for the opposite, you know? Girls are hard to impress sometimes, which is a good thing because keep your standards high. But yeah, I understand this. Someone also says heights and losing people I love. Yeah, that's a big fear of mine too. Just losing the people you care about. Because I love my circle and I would literally die if they died. Someone says being perceived as a failure. Wow. This one is deep. Yeah, I get this one. I really do. I think it's hard too because then you already want to work twice as hard because you are so scared of this. But just know that you're doing great, and yeah, as long as you know that you're not a failure, that's all that matters. But I know that saying that obviously doesn't help this fear, but just wanted to let you know. Someone also says, or being kidnapped. Big fear of mine. I just can't imagine going through that. Okay, those are all of my and your biggest fears that I'm going to be talking about today. I didn't really talk about a lot of mine. I feel like I have so many things I'm scared of, but I could barely come up with any. So if you want me to do a part 2, I definitely can do that. And yeah, okay. That's all. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you and have a great rest of your day, night, whatever. Okay, bye.